Yes!
Hey, what's up guys? John here. Hope you're having a great day, and in today's video we're going to talk about tuning. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. We post brand new guitar lessons every single day on the channel. The goal of this channel is to help you get better at guitar. So make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe so you don't miss a video. When I first started out, I had a pitch pipe, which was this little pipe that had E, A, D, G, B, E. Each pipe had a pitch to it, and you would just blow into it, and that's how you had to tune. You know, you didn't have a clip-on tuner or a pedal like this where you could plug into, or an app like Guitar Tune-Up that just makes it so easy to tune up when you're just getting started. Now, these are all awesome tools that can help you get tuned up fast, but we don't want to forget about the ear training part. We want to be able to tune our guitar without a tuner. What happens if you're camping and someone gives you a guitar to play and your phone is dead and you don't have an app that you can tune up with? How are you going to get the guitar in tune? So that's what today's video is about. We're going to talk about tuning up and just some different methods that people use and what I think is the best method to get started tuning up your guitar by ear. All right, so the first method that most people use, and this was the first one that I learned as well, and that's where you just play the 5th fret. So for example, if we're going to tune the guitar to E, you know, our E string, then we're going to basically play the 5th fret on that E string, and then play the next string down open, which is going to be A. So we want those notes to match. So for example, if this note's a little out, you get this sound in your ear, and then you bring it up, or you can even do this where you play the note and then reach over. Just make sure that you don't pull that note. So we've matched those, and then you proceed with this process to the next string. And so you play the 5th fret on the A string and match that to the open D string. And then you play the 5th fret on the D string and match that to the open G string. Now the only change here is when you get to the G string, we're going to play the 4th fret and match that to the open B string, the 2nd string there. And then we return back to the good old 5th fret and match that to the open E. Now, the problem with this method is that I've noticed if I get a little off on one string, it compounds through the process. So you tune it up and then you go and play a chord and you're like, whoa, that's out, you know. So that can be tricky if you just get a little off and then it just kind of keeps going through the strings. So there are other methods, of course, like using harmonics, like this. That was another method that I learned, you know. And that's cool, but what I think is the best way to tune up is matching all the strings to one string, so your reference point is the same. So let me show you how I like to do that. We're going to start off with the high E string, and we're going to tune all the strings to the high E. So you're going to play high E, then you play the 5th fret on the B string, and you match those just like you did in this other method, right? But this time you're going to be tuning high E. So let's say that the B is out, and I'm going to bring that up until it matches. So now you've got your B string, your 2nd string in tune. The next thing we're going to do is play the 3rd fret on the high E, because we're going to reference everything to the high E string. So this note is G, and we're going to tune that to our G string, the 3rd string. So we want to match those. Now again, say it's out of tune. Now I do this reaching over thing. Just be careful, you don't want to bend the strings when you do that, as I mentioned. But it also helps me hear both notes at the same time versus just kind of playing this and then trying to memorize, what you heard and then match it. I like to hear them both at the same time. That helps me. So then we're going to move on to the D string, and for that string we're going to play open E, and we'll match that to the 2nd fret on the D string. So E, and then this note is E. So we'll get that in tune, and then we're going to match the high E to the 7th fret on the A string. And again, be careful. You want to play these notes just as straight on as you can. Try not to bend the string. And there you go. You'll match that E, high E, to E on the 7th fret of the A string. And then we've got one more string to tune. High E, we'll match that to low E. Now this can be tricky because it's 2 octaves apart, which is a pretty big distance. So what I like to do is play the 2nd fret on the D string, and then match that to your low E. And then what you do is you play a chord. That's the last step. If you hear any weird strings, as you go through check each string, if something sounds a little off, then you go to that string and repeat the process. Now you may have to do this 2 times through until you get it right, but it's going to help train your ear and sort of get you off of being reliant upon a clip-on tuner or an app. There you go, guys. That's today's tip, is to tune your guitar by ear. Hope you got some value out of this lesson. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and make sure you're subscribed. We post brand new guitar lessons on the channel every single day. The goal of this channel is to help you get better at guitar and reach as many people as possible. So I appreciate your guys' support here. Also, before you go, I've got a free gift for you. In the description below, you can get a PDF that's over 100 pages long, all about soloing. Check that out as my gift to you, and we'll see you in the next lesson.